My name is Digna Gordijenko. I am a textile artist and a teacher in Daugavpils Secondary School of Design and Arts. Today I will tell you about different textile fibers and their properties and application in textile products.
Types of textile fibers: natural fibers, plant and animal fibers, chemical fibers, artificial and synthetic fibers. Natural textile fibers of plant origin: cotton, linen, jute, sisal, nettles, hemp, bamboo and others. Cotton is mostly produced in China and India, 6.5 and 6.4 million tons a year. Next largest cotton growing country is United States of America, Pakistan, Brazil, Uzbekistan, Turkey and Australia. A large number of chemicals, mainly pesticides, are used in the cotton cultivation process. 16% of all produced pesticides are used in the processing of cotton fields. A lot of water is needed for cotton production. As a result, extensive irrigation work is being carried out. Cotton grown in different regions varies according to quality and natural color. The cotton is harvested both manually and with the use of equipment. Cotton contains 90% of cellulose. Today, cotton is one of the most used fibers. It is air-permeable material. It's a perfect choice for allergic people as well as those with sensitive skin. Cotton fabrics are not particularly flexible, so they get easily crumpled. Organic cotton is grown using methods and materials that have little impact on the environment. Organic cotton and other organic fabrics have been produced in a friendly environment, starting with textile fibers cultivation and harvesting. Cotton seed does not get treated with any kind of chemicals, and the seed originally are not genetically modified organisms. Organic fibers in cultivation do not receive pesticides and chemicals. Organic cotton cultivation does not damage soil, consumes 71% less water and 62% less energy. It is really important to have some items produced from natural material, especially the things every person uses daily. Things like underwear, bed linen, socks, shirts, flannel fabrics, terry fabrics, corduroy, denim fabrics, wedding, gauze, and others. Next material is linen. Linen is grown in almost every part of the world, while linen is also found in nature. The basic component of it is also cellulose, about 80%. Linens are classified into two subtypes: flax for oil and flax for fiber, depending on the purpose of the use. Linen oil is used in medicine and food as a base for paints, varnishes, and for paper and washed clothing manufacturing. Linen fiber is classified in long and short. Long fiber is used in textile industry, fabric, painting and manufacture of canvas, filters, bags, ropes, footwear, thread, wallpaper, cables, nets, cords, and sail. In turn, in manufacture of building materials. In the manufacture of building materials, extensive firewood doors, fiber cement panels, dry mortar, plaster, hollow bricks. Also used as natural roof coverings and insulation material, sound insulator. Linen products are often used in natural grey colors. However, linen can be dyed in a variety of bright shades or white. Linen fiber has higher mechanical strength than cotton and wool. It is resistant to blowing and wears out slowly. Therefore, woven fabrics are also used for technical purposes. Linen fabrics have the least flexibility, so they get easily crumpled. Things produced from linen: threads, strings, bed linen, clothing, canvases, tablecloths, towels, bag fabrics, ropes, and others. Next material is jute. Jute is a fiber plant that can grow up to 3.5 meters in approximately 3 or 4 months. It is a heat-loving plant, mainly growing in India, Pakistan and Vietnam. A coarse fiber obtained from jute is used in bag and decorative fabric production, furniture and carpet manufacturing, as well as in paper, lace and rope production. Higher quality fibers are used for clothing manufacturing. Jute is not only used in the auto industry and crafts, but it is also avails itself in the production of high-quality bags for cocoa beans and other food product transportation. Jute fiber is smooth and shiny. It can be dyed successfully. It's a very durable material, but unlike cotton and linen, it loses its strength in humid conditions. Next material, nettles. Nettles have been cultivated on European territory and have been known for 1,000 years. Most of them were found in France, southern Germany and Switzerland. Sacks for grain and flour were made from nettles. At some point, nettles lost their popularity as the European market was filled with cotton. However, in World War II, when supply was limited, even clothing for soldiers was made of nettle fibers. Nettles were called poor linen. Nettles are a material with great potential. Today, only a small number of researchers and innovators are involved in nettle growing. However, interest in this material is growing. After 10 years of cultivation in one place, nettles started to be used for fiber. They grow up to 3 meters high. Up to 6 tons of nettles can be harvested from 1 hectare, which gives approximately 900 kilos of fiber. The treatment of the fiber is similar to linen and jute. Nettle fiber fabrics absorb water well and sturdy and very soft, therefore suitable for sensitive skin. They have a little gloss and can be easily dyed. Nettle fiber fabrics absorb water well, they are sturdy and very soft, therefore suitable for sensitive skin. They have a little gloss and can be dyed easily. Nettles are used to make fabrics by combining them with cotton. Nettle fibers, which are non-woven, are used for the interior finishing of the car. Nettles are also used in cosmetology, medicine and food production. Textile fibers of animal origin: wool, sheep, camel, alpaca, goats, rabbits and others, and natural silk. Wool is derived from animals' fibers, which are shed of sheep and other mammals with thick hair, for example, goats, rabbits, camels and llamas. A freshly trimmed wool is called raw wool. Yarn made from wool is then used as a material in manufacture of textile products. Wool is one of the most important animal fibers in textile products. The biggest amount of wool today is gotten from Australia, China and New Zealand. The main component of wool is keratin, which is from 80 to 85% of it. The wool consists of delicate, spiral-twisted fiber. The fiber can easily be folded and squeezed, but its natural flexibility easily restores its original appearance. It makes the wool soft and fluffy. Wool absorbs moisture well, but dries slowly. Wool clothing keeps the body warm. The wool fabrics also has good air permeability, which is provided by a spiral form of fibers. It also contributes to the natural purification of it. Wool is the thickest of all natural textile fibers, but also the less potent. In this case, the thickness does not determine strength. The natural color of wool is white, grey, black and brownish. Wool gets dyed well, but warmer products come from white and unpainted yarn. 3 or 4 kilos of high-quality wool can be obtained from one sheep. It depends on the size and on the species of the sheep. A sheep in Australia had strayed from the herd and had not been shed for 5 years. The amount of wool shed was 40 kilos. Most of the wool was unusable because such a long unspun wool lost its quality, but the sheep's life was saved. Many shops offer a variety of yarn for knitting. All wool products warm up in winter because any animal wool produced has a heating effect. The word wool is often associated with the usual sheep wool. However, there are different animal wool: merino sheep wool, camel wool, mohair, cashmere, alpaca wool. Today, the most merino sheep are bred in Australia, but these owners of long fine wool originally come from Italy. Merino yarn is soft, flexible, warm and low allergenic. Merino and mohair thread combination can result in a very warm and delicate knit. Camel baby wool is also used in the textile industry. Until the age of 1 year, the little camels are white color and their wool is the most valuable. Camel wool has approximately 14 natural tones from creamy and sand colors to dark brown. Camel wool is nearly twice lighter than the sheep's wool. 100% llama and alpaca yarn is not normally dyed, but graded according to shades. Llamas and alpacas have a palette of more than 22 natural colors: white and creamy, beige, brown, bordeaux, light and dark gray, black. The alpaca fiber is long, so the products do not tear. More common is alpaca wool with a silky gloss. It can be spun with sheep wool and dyed in a variety of tones. The products made of this yarn keep their shape and a long-term quality. The mohair is light, shiny and silky. The most expensive one, kid mohair, is obtained from the goatlings that get shed for the first time. The second one is called goating mohair. The cheapest one is adult goat wool. Mohair is dyed in a variety of tones. To make the yarn more durable, it is spun on a more durable yarn like silk or polyamide. The thread is fine, so for the knitting machines it is usually put together with a coarser yarn of merino or plain wool. Products from Angora rabbit wool are very soft, light and warm. Angora has short wool, so it is spun on a tighter thread like sheep's wool, and viscose are also added, which makes the thread heavier. Cashmere is obtained from cashmere mountain goats. The animals are combed in spring when they throw wool. Per year, only 150 or 200 grams of raw material is obtained per goat, but after treatment remains only from 80 to 120 grams, so wool is really expensive. Cashmere products do not get peeled and are durable enough. The yarn usually contains from 30 to 50% of cashmere, but tends to be 100% too. It's fine, but suitable for machine knitting. Also available for purchase of 100% cashmere yarn in tones for hand knitting. Things made from wool. Knitted products like gloves, stockings, scarves, clothing, woven fabrics, blankets, felt, use of the fur, and others. Natural silk. Silk is a fabric obtained from twisted thread of the caterpillar of a silk butterfly. Silk obtaining technology started in ancient China in 3000 BC. In the old days, it was one of the most valuable goods transported along the Silk Road. Natural silk contains of amino acids contained together with sericin, which separates during the production process. Silk production technology is very complicated. Special farms shall grow silkworms, which shall be fed with mulberry leaves. Once a larvae has captured a cocoon, it is killed and cocoons are boiled in hot water. Then the silk thread is cleared. One cocoon produces between 300 and 1000 meters of silk. About 5-8 clues are spun simultaneously. The ready material is sent to the factory. The silk sprouts are soaked in water and dyed there. Then fabrics of different types can be made. The type of silk fabrics will depend on the weaving technique and thread density. The natural silk is slightly glossy, hard to crumple, light and durable fabric that easily absorbs moisture. Natural silk has a good thermoregulation. It heats in the cold and cools in the heat conditions. Silk is not only used in textile industry today, but also in medical surgery and cosmetology. In the past, that was also used for military uses, for example for parachutes. Silk is also used in art for painting. Chemical textile fibers. Harvesting natural textile fibers is a relatively costly and time-consuming process, so chemical textile fibers began to develop in the 19th century, but their broader industrial production began in the early 20th century. Now, production of chemical fibers has grown into a powerful industry around the world. The production of chemical fibers is profitable because they have cheap raw materials and do not have to invest too much in production. The planet's population is increasing. Much more natural resources are needed for everyone to have enough clothes. Scientists have calculated that if all people on the planet want to wear clothes only from natural materials, then to each of them they would need 1 hectare fertile soil. Although there are many opponents of chemical materials, artificial and synthetic fabrics are not always so harmful to wearer and to the environment. Scientists constantly work on creating new materials not only to make it cheaper, but also to improve material quality and equate it to the excellence of natural materials. The fashion industry is the world's second largest environmental polluter. Distinction between artificial and synthetic materials depend on the raw materials used in the manufacture of chemical fibers. Artificial fibers are obtained by chemical processing of natural compounds, mainly cellulose, but also wood, cotton waste, and others. Synthetic fibers are produced from synthetic compounds using gas, coal, petroleum as raw materials. Artificial fibers. Fabrics of viscose, which is pure cellulose, are manufactured according to their use, giving them the look of silk, cotton, wool or linen. The humidity is better absorbed by the viscose than the cotton, but not as durable. The clothing made of viscose are sensitive, so it's not recommended to spin and dry those. They should be hung out and dried carefully, wrapped in a towel. Do not dry in the tumble dryer. The viscose fabric is not suitable for the manufacture of tight-fitting clothes, just like linen and cotton. Acetate fabrics resemble silk. Clothing keeps shape very well and hardly crumples. It poorly soaks up humidity, melts at high temperatures, and therefore fabrics are well suited for plurring. Those containing acetate are washed with hands or washing machine in a gentle wash cycle. It dries quickly and does not need ironing. Synthetic fibers. Elastan, more commonly known as lycra, is a fiber that makes fabrics very flexible. Clothing is durable and flexible, so it's very comfortable to wear. The washing and ironing mode depends on the other fabric components. Polyester is also crease resistant and fabrics are durable and soft. Recommended washing at no higher than 40 degrees, otherwise the crumplings cannot be ironed out. Recommended to iron on the wrong side only. Can also do without ironing. Polyamide is more commonly known as nylon, allows skin to breathe, so clothing is both durable and easy to be taken care of. Wash in a washing machine at 40 degrees in a gentle mode. Do not spin or dry in a tumble dryer. To keep the fabric qualities, do not add any softness during the rinsing. It is difficult to distinguish natural and synthetic fibers. They are subjected to different chemical treatments. For example, adding gloss or removing it. There are substances which give the fabric rigidity or softness and flexibility, prevent tearing, make it water resistant, and other effects. Here are some interesting facts about materials. Many fabrics containing elastane provide better flexibility and increase freedom of movement in wearing. For example, jeans made of cotton are also accompanied by elastane. However, it is recommended to make sure that the fabric isn't too elastic, as it increases the risk of stretching and losing its shape. The crumpling of fabrics, especially synthetic ones, is best determined by touch. Crumple it in your hands and wrinkle-resistant fabrics will easily get back to smooth. The fabric composition may be determined by keeping the fibers above the plane. Plant origin, cotton, linen, viscose fabric, burns quickly and smells of burnt paper. Animal fibers, such as wool or silk, burn slowly without flames and smell of burnt animal wool. If the fibers are synthetic, the fabric doesn't burn but melts and forms a bubble. For example, acrylic melts even in nail polish remover. In case two different fabrics are used in one product, the most sensitive one should be considered for the washing instructions. So there is an internal question what to buy: cheap synthetic products or sustainable quality materials. There are so many different grades and price groups of clothing and textiles available in the shops. It's about overproduction of clothing, cheap and affordable clothing, regular selling. It all attracts buyer and we buy more than we really need. We buy it just because we can afford it. As mentioned earlier, the fashion industry is the second largest polluter after oil industry, so each of us should make a choice. Do I buy cheap, unnecessary things, or do I want to invest in sustainability?